Alright, today we're going to be looking at a riding mower. This here mower has a 46-inch deck. It is a yard machine by MTD. Has a 20.5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton engine, twin cylinders, has the L head configuration. Alright, so here's the story. I was cutting the grass. The engine was loping up and down, up and down. I finally managed to cut most of the grass, but then finally it died, it cut off, and then it would not start up again. So I had to push it in here, and so we're going to start looking at it. While I have it in here, I'm going to also be doing some maintenance on it. Going to change the oil, going to change the filter, I'm thinking about pulling the heads, going to be looking at the valves, we're going to be replacing valve seals, fuel filter, rebuild the carburetor, and I don't know how much of this I'm going to film. So we'll get a little bit of it, so we'll just see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. So let me show you what we got. I'm going to go ahead and show you the engine. We'll crank it up. It's been sitting a few days. I don't know what it'll do. It may crank up, because it did at one point. It actually fixed itself. I took the throttle, went up and down a few times, and then it just idled perfect, no problem. Then you know, a few days later, then it started back again, and then that time, that's when it cut off, and it would not start up again. So let's take a look at the engine, then we'll go from there. Alright, so you can see here's the engine. As I mentioned, it's Briggs and Stratton 20.5, and you can see this is the twin cylinder, second generation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crank it up. Let's see what it'll do, if it will crank up. Alright, it idled fine. I sped it up and down with the throttle. No issues. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this here cover, take this whole assembly off right here. I'm getting a baseline right now on the idle speed. This is cylinder number 1 at the moment. In just a little bit we're going to switch over to number 2. And that's what we have for that cylinder right now. Next we're going to be speeding it up at fast idle. This is number 1 cylinder. And now we're going to look at number 2, fast idle, on that also. Now I'm going to be removing the carburetor. I'm thinking about rebuilding it. This is not a necessary step, but I'm going to be removing this here exhaust manifold heat shield. It's got 2 bolts, may be hard to see. One of them is right there. There's one right there. 1/2-inch socket will take care of that for you. I'll catch you in the next shot once we can start taking it off. Going to be removing the air cleaner assembly. Two wing nuts. Going to be removing the air cleaner base, three bolts, 5/16 socket. Remove the air breather hose over here, push it in, push it out, lift this out. Remove the vapor line from the fuel pump, and also I'm going to take it off from the back, from the port that goes to the crankcase. So I'm going to pull him off, and we'll pull him off. I want to make a correction on this here hose that we just pulled off. I believe I called it a vapor line. It's actually a vacuum line. And when I pulled it off, I noticed that this end of the hose is pretty well swollen where it connects to the crankcase port. We will be replacing this here also, since this hose is swollen. This could have very well been a lot of our issue right there. But we're also going to go ahead, I'm going to rebuild a carburetor. It's been 21 years, and so we're going to catch up on a lot of maintenance on this thing. Shut off the fuel, remove the clamp. Okay, I'm going to be removing this here choke lever. Mine is in the third hole, all the way at the bottom. Choke lever pushed all the way in, 5/16. We're going to be removing this here throttle cable right here. Note that it's in the very first hole on this here linkage. Bolt 5/16. Just loosen it, lift it out, and then slide this out. 2 bolts underneath on the intake manifold holding the carburetor. One's here, one is in the back. That'll be a 7/16. I've already cracked them loose. Once we get those out, catch you in the next shot. There's the 2 bolts. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to lift the carburetor. Take note of this hook for the governor here where it's attached out there. Hook is coming up in on the top. So in this case, I'm just going to take it like that right there. This will be simpler. So just that hook was down in there like that. And now we'll just lift it out. So this is that assembly and how it looks. Also take note that there is a spacer underneath the carburetor. When you lift it up, if you turn it over, you'll see there is a dowel pin. The dowel pin will go into this small hole right here. And then once the carburetor is removed, I have a rag stuffed in there, and also in the intake manifold, and also I have one same rag stuck in the air breather hose here. Okay, that's going to wrap this video up. In the next video we'll be taking this carburetor apart, putting in a rebuild kit, cleaning it up and all that other stuff. Also, if you're going to be getting into an engine, you also want to make sure that you have a factory manual so you know what you'll be getting into. Get one specific to your engine. And also I want to take the time to thank everybody for watching this video. If you're interested in the channel, you want to see more videos, you like this one, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to click on the notification bell. This way you'll be notified of new video uploads that come out in the future. And you guys take care, and we will see you in the next one.